It's illegal to use a legal name, read and share the BCCRSS, and all the essays, and follow the 10 Commandments. That's as easy as it gets. You take the BCCRSS and you read it. Then you go, you might say it's boring, you don't like it, it's too complicated. If you read just the first paragraph and get the first paragraph locked down, the way that I study it, the BCCRSS, I started studying it. Haven't actually done this, but I have it mapped in my mind the way that I'm going to organize, So first chapter 1, or first paragraph 1. So count the paragraphs first. So you got 10 pages. Now you're going to count the paragraphs. Then you're going to go through each paragraph. And then once you've counted through, you're going to read it backwards now. And you're going to play with it until you're done and you can say, okay, I figured it out here. Do you got anything else for me? And then I'll say, okay, here's another essay. And you go, okay, let me take it back. You're not just going to read it one time and be like, okay, give me the next essay. You're going to take your time. You're going to be able to talk about what you learned. Okay, so you got the attention series, attention all hospital staff, attention all post office employees, attention all police officers. Did you know that you're committing fraudulent identity without a permission slip from the Crown Corporation? That's copyright infringement. Yeah, so all the alphabet agencies, they're the ones that are designed to try to stop you from hearing what I have to say, because they're the little ones that are in your ears, the nanobots and shit. They're the ones that deploying nanobots and structural warfare on your body, and they're tracking you with, it depends how much truth you like, how much you like truth, how far you're willing to go. Are you willing to die for truth? And I don't want you to actually die. But don't worry, you are all dead, so I already know the answer to the question. You get it? Isn't that a good way to sort out the runts from the... You know how you used to, like, if you had a bunch of, rice, and you throw it in the water? Supposedly, like, the bad rice, once you stir it around, floats to the top or something. Similar with eggs and stuff. Just imagine it's like that. You take all the eggs and you put them in the water, and the bad ones are going to sink, and the good ones are going to float. Okay? And so, pretty much, like, let's count, like, every person that was ever created. Call each person an egg. It's going to all sink. Except for the very few that are getting the word out. And those are the ones that are, like, trying to hatch. And, hatch in the water, above the water, and then use the hatched shell as a boat and kind of get to shore, and then, live a nice life and never be turned into a chicken sandwich. Where then you look at the chicken as a monetary value, like, how much does a chicken cost? How much would it cost me to buy your chicken? That's what a Jew at a poker table is talking about. That's the level of, like, their disconnectedness with the world, that they're so money, and a lot of these guys are real cheap too. I mean, they have to, because think about it, if you're playing poker, you take your wins and your losses and you add them up and you figure out if you're net loss, net gain. Okay, and it's called an EV graph, expected value. So most of these people are like military, like prodigies, like Doug Polk is female to male. There are a lot of these inversions going on. They're everywhere, especially in the media, like in the news and stuff. Any woman is just a dude with the tits and an ass. Talk about a fucking shit show, because all the patriot types that are like, marriage is between a man and a woman. There ain't no thing. No. You're going to get the same rhetoric from someone who likes to fuck goats. Listen here, everybody. Love is between a goat and a mohel, okay? So that's it. You're going to get the same type of argument, debate, mentality where they're dead. And they can't even see that they're dead first. So because I was dead for longer than most people, like usually I'm talking to someone who's like, let's say 17, 18, 19, and they're like, usually if they're 17, it's usually better than if they're 18 for some reason, because they're already like signed up for more stuff at 18. Like, they want you to be like, aren't you ready to get away from your parents? Yes, you're 18, go to college, become a drunk, and get STDs. Here's some medicine from Pfizer that'll help you, that'll clear that right up. It's just, and then people, like, they have to put up signs, like, stop jerking off in the fucking showers because it's, like, clogging the thing. That means, like, hundreds of people are, like, jerking, you know what I'm saying? And they don't sense, so everyone's watching porn, everyone's perverted, drunk, parasite-ridden, eating burgers, group mentality, worshiping football, worshiping all type of insanity, date raping people. There's girls that would go there to get date raped and shit. They'd be like, I got date raped last week, but it was fun. It's like, what the fuck? Because the way that sororities and fraternities groom each other is that they are all about, like, orgies. You know what I'm saying? And so what they do is the girls they'll give permission. The girls will always ask permission from, like, the more in the hierarchy. Like, what do you think? Is he good? Like, should I go and, like, do something? And then they're like, no, girl, like, I got my eyes on him. Like, you're gonna go fuck that guy. And then she's like, but that guy's, like, nasty. And they're like, just go fuck him. And then she's like, okay, I'll be a whore. And then, like, they'll be like, haha, she's gonna fuck that guy. And then she gets her brains fucked out. And then she comes back, it was great. And then she's like, you're such a slut, bitch. I'm telling you, this is how the fucking world works. It's a real sick fucking death call. And you got kids out there 14 years old. I remember when I was in high school, there was 9th graders that I was in math class with that were getting fucked by, like, 25-year-old dudes. Good families, they kept it hidden. They fucking doing drugs, getting drunk, and getting fucked. 14 years old. I'm just thinking to myself, like, why are they such whores? Like, slut whores. Like, what the fuck is going on? And it's because of the music. It's because of the skull. It's Freemasonry. It's all about rape. And then it's all about the murders and all the craziness that goes around in the back. Like, so you got the Andrew Feinbergs and the Ashley Parkers, that their whole family is designed on being the bend over for rover for the Crown Corporation, Satan. And then they get trained into being the worst fucking, most ridiculous clown show. I mean, Andrew Feinberg, I mean, this guy, I see the kid within everyone. There's a child within everyone. The question is, do you care enough about some other child, like, which is you as well, to get the word out? Do you see the big picture? It's not about you anymore. You got killed. It's over. You remember the thing you were kind of afraid of is death and judgment and all that? It's right here, right now. You're dead. Are you following the 10 Commandments? I didn't know I was breaking all 10. Okay. Well, you kind of did know, didn't you? Yeah, but that wasn't me, right? Nope. But now that you know, you had to go through all that to find the truth. You had to find out what you were fighting for. You had to find out what was going on. You had to experience it. You're not taking it from somebody else. The legal name has a degree in sociology from the University of Maryland. Okay? But then when I found out about the Seskev Trust and how they're running it, at the time I was doing free man on the land shit. I was saying, okay, I'll just be a fucking free man. These fucking cocksuckers gonna eat a dick. They go right fucking head. I can't stop them. Can't stop them from doing it. So then I'm like, okay, well, can I fucking return this diploma and get fucking my money back, or at least a refund? Because they fucking frauding me. That's a fraud. If I don't even want the money back, can they just accept that they took it back? I don't even want their shit, right? So I'm, like, thinking about that. Like, did they commit a crime by selling me a load of shit? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, this is, you kind of see what I'm saying here, right? Like, they gave me a degree that isn't worth fucking shit, and made me work my ass off and pay, so much time and effort went into that, right? And I can get a refund for this shit. This shit is a fucking fraud. Just like they do advertising, and they have to grade people a certain way, and they do it. It's all business. So, can I get that back? Because I was thinking about a little bit of vengeance at the time. Not so much vengeance, but it is vengeance. But it's not like line them up and let me get the blade and start chopping heads. No. Or breaking kneecaps or pulling teeth or whatever. let me do it this way. So I was like thinking that, and then I was doing private traveling, set the world record on private traveling. It was like a traffic stop, took like 30 seconds in DC. I've had them super quick, under 20 seconds, where I would just hand them the free man shit, and they would fucking run because they already know, like, oh shit, this is gonna be a fucking nuisance, and I'm gonna fucking try to bust this guy out of ego, and then it's gonna backfire on me, and then I'm never gonna forget being a fucking douchebag working for the man. Yeah, you got a murder costume on. You know that song, You Got a Murder Suit On? That's the cop. The gangster is actually playing the cop. It's like a duality of the same character. The bad tough guy rapper is a trans inverted Satanist, right? And you love him, like 50 Cent, C-Ent mind, 50. Satan wants half. He wants your Cain mind. As long as you're in the Cain mind, you can never read the BCCRSS, as long as you're in the Cain. Now, if you're willing to get away from Cain and see the differentiation of the feminine and masculine magnetic electric within you, and you say, oh shit, Cain is the one that's actually like hurting me, disguising it as pleasure and safety, comfort, all those things. But when you don't have comfort, when you don't have safety, then you're going to want to get to east of Eden, and then you're going to see like Cain over there, and he's going to be just a little speck in the horizon. So it's Cain and Abel, masculine, feminine. The only person to ever tell you this is Kate of Gaia. The whole world thought it was Cain and Abel, male and male, and that just never sounded good to me. It always sounded gay. Why's it got to be Cain and Abel? Because all the sports are pedo-sodomistic. They're trying to groom the children, and then it's just a little game. No, it's not. You have no idea what you're capable of, and when you're in complete ignorance, somebody else is controlling your Merkaba. I'll show you some pictures I've been taking of the stars. I'm going to make a video about it, get some like spotlights. It's I do the best I can. I need a tripod, I need night vision, thermal, I need all types of stuff, and I need a crew. Kurt is on the eastern shore. Anyone on the eastern seaboard over here, let's meet up. Let's get a place going. Let's get it going. Let's fucking do it. I got $1,000 a month that I can put towards keeping shit running, and I'll work 120 hours a week, every week, to get the word out, because you get it, right? This is the end game. That means there ain't no fucking, oh, is it gonna hurt my feelings? It's like, come on, man. You were dead. You ain't got no fucking feelings. Oh, yeah. That's hilarious. See, I get a kick out of these videos, because when I look back at them, I'm like, what the... I'm thinking to myself, like, at least somebody's saying it. At least somebody's saying it, because everybody else, I mean, it's sort of like, let's say everyone's lying, but then I'm cursing like a sailor and all that shit, and saying whatever the fuck I want, right? And you always got some judgment on what to say. Oh man, why you gotta say it like that? Why you gotta use that profanity? That's a bad word. You can't say that. How about you just say, you could just say, I'd prefer not to learn anymore. I learn to remain stupid. Then I'd be like, okay. I prefer not to even say anything. Have to say anything. It's sort of like you have to say something, otherwise, You get it? Do you get it? You have to say something. Especially if you're a witness. Yeah, I see everybody out here. They're not stopping with the car, and they're going to keep running people over, crashing into each other, filing insurance claims, signing for things, getting aided and abetted. That's what I'm saying. You take all the bar car members and you round them up. They're all registered. You know where they're at. You know what they got. The same thing you use to catch the bad guys. Why don't you actually catch the bad guys now? But that's my boss. I could probably write a little short story about this, where it's like the cop has to arrest his boss because he finds out about the legal name fraud. First he arrests the mohel, and when the boss tells him, no, you can't, that's my friend, Larry Silverstein, you can't do that, you're fired. And it's like, no, this is fucking, you're arrested now, bitch, and you're going in with him. And then they're in there trying to work out a story that they're going to tell, and then it's like, nope, FEMA camp, beg for mercy and get the fucking guillotine, go to heaven if you want. Or just stay in the fucking FEMA camp and be a parasite like all the other fucking deranged psychos. You know, they really just mess with the really traumatized people that have mental disorders. That's usually what they put in the jails. So they create, their business is to create more of that so that they can sweep it away. And then you think that your life is so like good and like not part of that, but it'll catch up with you in more ways than one. Just watch the movie Crash or Looper. Or, you know, most people don't watch movies. The anagogics are everywhere. Pirates of the Caribbean, Harry Potter, that's pretty much where you are. That's what I remember. One of the things, you know, I remember everything. But one of the first things that Kate told me was like, yeah, watch Pirates of the Caribbean or watch Harry Potter. And I'm like, okay. But I was already keeping up, doing my best to keep up. So, and doing a like sloppy job at that. And then, but you know, keeping up. And then now I totally, you know, then when I watched Pirates of the Caribbean, it was now tracking. It's all in the now. I saw a big hawk walked up to it today, and then it went to the other tree and grabbed like a branch and just like held it like it was in its hand, and it just fucking flew over to the next tree and set up its little nest over there. Because you know they can nest up anywhere. They can make a little tree house and just post up and then just dip out. That's what the whole thing about knowing about the legal name, fraud, and staying in truth is. You become like an eagle, the true eagle, not the one that's like a statue dead standard as they called it in the Roman times, because this is a Babylonian, Roman, Egyptian, Talmudic, legal, where it's a money cult, and if you don't have the filthy fucking lucre to give tribute, then and dole it out accordingly, like you know how people who have a lot of money or pensions, they get enough money, you know, $3,000 a month, and then they can they got it all set up and they're real comfortable. Most likely they can get those people to vote, you know, or buy a timeshare. Okay. It's okay. So the way I will put it is, it's like if you're watching a scary movie, but you've already seen the movie before, and you know what's going to happen, and you're not scared by it. And it's like a comedy. It's like a scary movie. And instead, it's like fucking... But if you don't get the word out, and you don't think it's a big deal, then the movie becomes real, and then you get stuck in it and killed in it. Which is another good idea for a short story movie. That I could act out as all the characters, like, you know, dress up in a different hat, and like put the hair down and be like, what's going on here? And then be like, I don't know, man, get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck about no 10 Commandments. And then it's like, anybody else care about the truth, or is everyone with him? Everyone just mutters and I'll stay with him, man. We're going to the football game. He got season tickets. I don't want to piss him off. He takes me there every week. All I got to do is shine his shoes, spit shining massive shoes, and then I got to fluff him in the back before he goes to his wife, because it's a bunch of faggots. And then I'm going to oh, you can't say that. You can't. That's degrading to the LGBTQPR. No. It's the BCCRSS. Yeah, there is no genders. There is no titles. There is no nothing. It's just illegal to use a legal name. And you realize that the only way to win the game is to not play. And the way that you can play is by getting the word out. Watch the fireworks. Get the popcorn. Make a Twitter account. Follow me on Twitter. I got like 5 Twitters going right now. They're all unlocked. Yeah. They even try to lock me whenever I go right in, and then I send them the 1-2 punch, and then they just go, which is the BCCRSS and the 10 Commandments, or 10 Commandments and the BCCRSS. 10 Commandments goes on top, and then that's it. That's it. You serve them up the bang bang, and then they go, oh, sorry, we're real sorry about that. Have fun on Twitter. All the while watching. There's only like 3 or 4 people retweeting my tweets. Better than nothing. Anyway, we got the 2 and 2 is 1, and we got the, and pretty much Miriam, Kate Renee 1 on Twitter, and It's Illegal, and then one other guy, but mainly just 3. Most people just get on the truth train for a little bit, and then the world, like, pulls them back in, you know? I'm the rare exception, okay? I'm the exception to the rule of legal because of the BCCRSS, because I know now. You could have the BCCRSS in your hand, and you could know what's in there, or you could just have it in your hand and read it and still not know. It's sort of like if you don't know how to read and you read something, you try to read something, it's not going to make any sense. It's like if I hand you the BCCRSS in Japanese, it would help if it was to someone who can read Japanese. And then they would have the choice to decide if they want to take the 10 Commandments and the BCCRSS in Japanese, whatever, hand that to the county clerk. It's the same thing. Doesn't matter if it's a traffic stop, didn't wear your seatbelt, is there an injured party? No. Okay. Well, then were you breaking the 10 Commandments? Just by using the legal name, I was breaking all 10, but I no longer wish to do so. So here's the BCCRSS on the 10 Commandments, and then that's it. Don't even make it any more complicated. Just read and share the BCCRSS. It's illegal to use legal name. Get the documents stamped at the county clerk, and then never use that name again. Or if you do have to use that name, make sure that it's essential to get the word out and that it's not like you're being frivolous. Okay, it's illegal to use legal name. Read and share the BCCRSS. Have a nice day.